Welcome back, everybody. Time for some more Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail. This is the U.S. campaign, and I'm actually picking up at the end of my replay through the last mission, which we ended up losing, and it's gone much, much better this time around. I've captured every ship except for one of his smaller ones, which I sank. And the first set of ships have gone to safety. The last two are about to. What I ended up doing was really spreading out my fleet so that no matter where he went, I had a ship there and ready to go. And as a couple of my bigger ships started taking a lot of damage, I unloaded all of their troops onto a couple of other ships so that I could just board. And so, for example, USS Ranger had about 600. I had them boarding a ship with 600, but I had about 200 men sitting on the other side of them waiting to get on board as soon as the Espoir started being boarded. And so they were able to replenish those losses, and I very quickly took the Espoir. So we captured all his big ships, sank one of the smaller ones, and now we're just going to keep the Triumph busy. You can see Paul Revere doesn't have very many men, and that's because that was one of the feeder ships that I used to help give Ranger the troops she needed to be able to capture. So now we just need to keep Triumph busy until these transports get safely past, and I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, now I'm super confused. Every one of the transports got to safety, but because the transports got to safety before I eliminated his last ship, it still counts as a defeat. So I'm feeling like this mission is super broken because you have to do things in the right order. Apparently, you have to eliminate the last ship before you finish the mission, or again, it's a defeat. So I'm gonna do this again. Alright, so we're doing this again. I just sank the Taurus, and all of her crew is way over here, which means they're just going to head to shore, and they're not going to be a further factor in this. I captured the Dipper, and I'm trying to get it out of here with a minimal crew, while the Surprise tries to pursue not only that ship, but also these transports. Paul Revere is what I use to refill the crew of the Constitution, because Constitution is who I use to not only capture Dipper, but then sink Taurus. So we've overflowed their crew, and then we're going to use Constitution to take Surprise. And then these other ships, which I also overloaded the crew of, because we're just going to do a bunch of boarding actions. They're going to be responsible for taking out the other half of the British fleet, these three ships here. Okay, so now I've captured the Surprise. We're going to get her out of here. Constitution lost a lot of her crew doing that, so we're going to try to replenish Constitution when we get the chance. We're going to use Joya de Nicaragua to take out the Sapphire, and then I've got Ranger and Hussar to take out these two. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we've captured everything, or sunk. The only thing we have to do now is get the Hussar back. Lost that one in a really difficult boarding situation where I couldn't get my reinforcements onto the ship in time. But it's going to work out in the end here because we'll grab them right now and all will be well. And that'll be all of his ships. We couldn't quite grab it. We'll have to come around the other side. As long as we grab it before we finish the mission, we'll be okay. Because I've gotten everything else. I don't have enough troops to board the one ship. Actually, I think we might have captured everything. There's one ship over here. I just didn't have enough troops from the Constitution to board the Triumph. But I think we've got everybody else. Hussar's going to be grounded here in a minute. Okay, here we go. And this is the last ship. So the only thing I'm nervous about now is finishing the mission before the other ships actually make it to the safe zone, so I'll probably let that play out. Actually, it's telling me I can finish it now, but I'm afraid to do that until these other ones reach the safe zone. Okay, there we go. So that time we did it right. We captured the Dipper, the Surprise, the Espoir, the Triumph, and the Sapphire. So pretty good day. Didn't lose anything. Now let's move on. There we go, 54,700 money, 13 prestige, And now we prepare for the next mission, Groggy Start. I want to take a look and see what all we can take into this one. So 2, 2, and 3. So we could take a total of 7 ships, and there doesn't seem to be any limit to those. So let's go ahead and get our fleet ready and see what we're up against. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to keep all of the trophies. I already traded in, sent to the Admiralty, the smaller ones. That leaves the Surprise, the Espoir, and the Triumph. And we're definitely going to have to send at least one more of those to the Admiralty. We're going to go ahead and send Triumph, I think. Seem to be the same. They're both third-rate Ardent classes. So we'll do that. We're going to keep the Espoir. It's a third-rate Bologna class. It's a huge ship. It's the biggest one so far. So we're going to definitely add that one to the fleet. We're going to repair it. Surprise is probably going to have to wait because I don't have what it takes to be able to do that, but I don't want to trade it in either. All right, this is how this is going to look. We're going to be taking 4 ships in initially, and then we've got 3 more coming later. So let's see what we're up against. The French were caught in a large storm, and with the British sabotaging the lighthouse, many more damaged ships were caught and were washed ashore. The remainder of the fleet abandoned their friends and sailed on to Boston. So here's what we're going to be facing. Royal Navy frigates have arrived to destroy the remaining ships. They won't stand a chance. It's running really choppy here at the moment. Unlike the French, we will not give up so easily. If we can destroy the British squadron, then we can recover the abandoned ships to aid our cause. Here we go. So our only mission here is to destroy the enemy fleet, and I would have to believe that if this is what we have right now and we have 3 more ships coming in later, that we're going to see more to the enemy fleet than just these 3 ships, because these 3 I ought to be able to take out pretty easily with what I've got available to me, especially with the big ships like the Independence, which is one of the captured ships that I just took. This one's got 700 crew and 78 guns on board. Alright, we're going to do the best we can with this mission. It is really glitching and really choppy. I turned the graphics down to medium. I even turned them down to low and still had the same issue, especially when I go to a higher speed. I've never had that happen before. I've had it happen here and there, but I even restarted my computer, reloaded the game, everything, and it seems to be happening. It looks like it's maybe a little better now, but apologies if it just seems like it gets a little choppy and kind of catches here and there. That seems to be what's happening. So we're going to try to go in one line here, leading with Constitution, then Ranger, and then we come up with Hussar, and then the really big one, the Independence, is in the rear. So we'll probably use those to try to capture some ships. I fully expect we're going to see more coming in real soon. There's no way these are the only 3 ships that I'll be facing. And I thought about going in between them and the ships I'm trying to protect, but the thing is, that's not part of the mission. The only mission is to destroy this fleet. So we're going to go to this side so we can keep the wind. And then just do the best we can with this. Try to get some hits on Violent. And then we'll come up here. Britain shouldn't be that hard to deal with. Wilton's the big one, at least thus far. I've definitely got the guns on him at the moment, and I've got to take advantage of that before. I can already see the other ships coming in. Yeah, see there, it's getting really choppy, and it's making it hard for me to even control what's happening. We'll see what these big British ships are that are coming in on the horizon. If I can get through this mission, hopefully maybe the other missions won't be like this. We're gonna do our best to get through this one, but this is really challenging with what's going on. And I don't understand why this particular mission, because there's not even as many ships as there were in the last mission. Just must be something glitching with this particular one that I'll have to report later to them. But we'll try to get through it. And if any future missions are like this, I'll probably wait to continue this series until it gets better. But I know you guys have been waiting on a mission in this, so I wanted you to at least understand if I don't do any for a little while after this one, it's because this is still happening. I can't even get my camera centered without it hanging up. Alright, we might just jump in and out of this one because this is hard for me to watch and I'm playing it. Okay, we're going to get our first glimpse. It looks like just 2 ships. It's the HMS Bramber Castle and the HMS Unique. So I think we'll be able to handle that. Our ships are starting to arrive on the scene. I think we'll handle these guys just fine. We'll just see what happens with the other ones, because his ships are going to get here before mine do. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to send Ranger up here to try and capture one of these ships, because I've got so much more manpower than they do. Unless they're going to get even more ships, which I can't believe would be the case, but you never really know. It seems like it's gotten a little smoother, at least for now. Yeah, let's keep going solid shot for now. I'm going to send Ranger this way. We're going to see if we can take out all these ships. And I'm going to tell these two, yeah, it seems like it's gotten better. I'm going to just tell these two to go independent of each other, so that one doesn't slow down the other. I don't have control of Revenge yet. Why do I have Revenge? I don't think Revenge was the ship that I wanted to have here. I must have assigned one of the ships wrong. That's okay. I think we'll be alright. That was supposed to be Paul Revere, because Paul Revere has about 300 men on board. Yeah, we'll make it work. I bet we can just probably capture the Briton with little trouble. Although I might be better off just to sink her. I think Ranger really put a hurt on Britain with one broadside. This is going to go pretty quick and should be relatively painless. Yeah, we only lost about... Well, we're going to lose about 50 men, maybe a little more. We lost an officer there. Let's bring Constitution around, even though we're going to be going into the wind. Alright, there's that one down. Let's get a minimal crew on the Briton and get it out of here. And then we'll bring Ranger right over here against Wilton. Actually, I'll probably just keep parking Constitution right where they are. We'll bring Husser up on the other side of Violent. We'll bring Independence over here to deal with Wilton. Gotta be careful here. I don't want to hit Ranger by accident. Gonna hold off on Independence firing again for a minute. Come on, Ranger, get turned around. Yeah, the problem is we've got Britain in the way. Here we go. Alright, now you can fire. Oh, Ranger's got a fire on board? Jeez. I'm gonna swing Constitution around into the wind. Or with the wind, I should say. Hopefully Ranger gets this fire dealt with. Where are these guys going? There's Paul Revere. Violent's trying to escape over toward the rest of the fleet. That's fine. Or they're going to go after Britain. Yeah, it seems like the battle's running much smoother now. Ranger could probably go ahead and board them successfully now. We've got enough manpower to deal with these other ships. Plus what we can do is we can use some of the men off of these ships to reinforce Ranger and send her back into the action if we need to. Oh, careful what you're firing on there, Independence. We're going right into the wind, so this is making this tricky. Might just have to park off of them like this and send a boarding crew over. Oh, nice. We might just sink the HMS Violent, I don't know. Gotta be careful. Ranger's got a wounded officer, but looks like we're doing the job. Come on, let's get over there. Get that ship. Violent's not going anywhere. I'm not going to worry about them right now. We just broke their rudder. They're definitely not going anywhere. Let's go deal with the other ships. They're over here. The rest of our fleet's still a ways off. But they still might get in there in time to turn the tide on this one. Alright, we're going to switch to solid shot. Just finish these guys off. So we've got the big one, the Bramber Castle, and then a smaller one, the HMS Unique. Make sure everybody's on solid right now. The chain shot just doesn't seem to be worth it to me, and I've had other people say the same thing. Come on, Ranger. We just need to board these guys. And be done with them. It's just a really tough situation with the way the wind is. That's all right. Go ahead and turn away from me. Alright, Constitution, you get to be first to fire on this big one. Get a little closer and then we'll put our sails down. There we go. Yeah, most of those bounced. Well, a little more than half of them bounced off. Wilton's flooding. We're just going to sink that thing apparently. No, they're not flooding anymore. Ranger, we're going to lose this ship if we don't hurry up and get up on him. Just a tough place that he's at with the wind. Ooh, Constitution lost their main mast. Oh, brutal. Alright, we're going to pull them out. This will work. I'm going to send Revenge over to help with them. We'll send the other two this way. So what I'm going to try to do is get Independence up here to try and board Bramber Castle, and then we'll send reinforcements from Constitution to do it. Yeah, we'll just send Paul Revere over here too. Professor's going to board the Unique. Deal with them. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, Constitution. Let's get some men off of here. Keep them right behind. Oh, Violence right there. I forgot about them. Alright, let's hold off on that. Jeez. Ranger's taking a ton of damage. Wind just got me there on that one. Paul Revere will come up and take care of them. Alright, we're gonna disengage with Ranger. Paul Revere can come up and take care of him. I think Independence is going to be able to deal with both of these guys. Problem is I'm going to capture Unique, and then Bramber Castle is going to start firing on them. Alright, Paul Revere. Finish this guy. Unique does not want to be captured. Violent's gonna sink. Wilton surrendered, finally. And those ships are basically out of the fight. We got lots of help coming if we need it. I don't think we do. I'd like to have another ship over near Independence so I could board Bramber Castle. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen unless it's going to be Hussar. Oh man, they're going to go right up in the middle here. We're going to have to hold off fire for a minute. Or not. There we go, we got unique. So I had to go ahead and just board some troops the old-fashioned way to get unique since we weren't actually in a boarding action. Now we've got to get Independence clear of these ships. And we'll get some more troops ready to go to get Independence in her boarding action. Might take them a little while to catch up. Alright, here we go. Might have a little trouble catching him. Problem is we can't keep shooting it out like this. There we go. Grab him. Because he'll have the edge if we just keep shooting at each other. I mean, HMS Violent is surrendered. Hold on. Oh, it sank. Okay. Come on, Independence. Board him. Oh, boy. This is not going to end well if I don't hurry up and get on him. There we go. Oh, now we're flooding. Darn it. Alright, we got this guy boarded or what? What's the problem here? There we go. Oh, the water pump broke. It's the last ship, though. As long as we can capture it before Independence sinks, we'll be okay. Alright, that should do it. Okay. That was ugly. It was weird, but there was no reason I shouldn't have lost that one. We captured the Britain, the Wilton, the Bramber Castle, and the Unique. So that's 4 more quality ships. So we gained another 62,000 money, 13 prestige, and what's this? Defense Distinguished Service Medal. We've got 2 side missions that we can go ahead and get somebody loaded up for, and then we'll advance to the next stage. All right, I think we're good on these missions. Now we've got a choice. With the efforts of Horatio Gates at the Battle of Saratoga, the French have decided to join our war and have been funneling men and equipment to our cause. However, they expect us to keep supply lines open and take an active role in the ongoing landing operations being planned. Count d'Estaing has devoted a large portion of his resources to our Marine Corps. Without field artillery, I think we're good on reliable firearms. I could really use the artillery. All right, we're on to the next stage. We're in 1781. Does this mean we're going to get the Battle of Yorktown? We got a fight in Mobile. There's a lot going on here that we're going to be dealing with. Here are our side missions that we just did. Excellent. 16 12-pound Army brass cannons. So there we have that. Let me know your thoughts about all of that. That last battle wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. So we've got a lot we're going to be dealing with here. We've obviously got to deal with the fleet and the newly captured ships and decide what we're going to keep and what we're going to sell off. I'll have to look at the missions ahead before we decide all of that. But we've got a pretty large fleet at this point. So use that comment section below, and we will see you again in a couple of days with the next episode. Thanks for watching.